In our Sunrise Smart Start happening this morning at 10, James Krausneck, the man accused in the 1982 murder of his wife, is set to appear in court today for opening arguments. Back in 1982 on Del Rio Drive in Brighton, 29-year-old Kathleen Krausneck was found murdered with an axe to the back of her skull in her bedroom, and the case is still unsolved 40 years later. In 2015, the case was revisited, and Brighton police said in 2019 that they don't have any evidence that anyone other than James was ever at the scene.
In developing news now, police are looking for a suspect after a burglary at a Rochester liquor store yesterday morning. They tell us around 6:15, a truck backed into the front window of Euphoria Liquor on East Main Street. Police say the driver proceeded to steal items from the store and then fled the scene. Anyone with info is encouraged to call 911.
The Monroe County Sheriff's Office is asking the public's help in finding a missing 19-year-old man from Henrietta. They add they're concerned about his welfare. Pictured here is Roman Fetzyak. We're told he was last seen in the town Monday morning around 1 a.m. Officials say to be on the lookout for a gray 2013 Toyota Venza with New York plate number HRY 1081. Anyone with information is urged to call 911.
A new vehicle emissions standard in California will require all new cars to be electric or hydrogen powered by 2035. Under the Clean Air Act, states are required to follow the federal government standard emissions unless they at least partially opt to follow the stricter requirements in California. New York is one of the states expected to adopt that ruling.
Well, today is the first day back to school for many in the area, including East Rochester.
News 8's Jatira Marsh joining us bright and early today to tell us how staff is feeling for the first start of the school year. Jatira, good morning.
Good morning, Allie and Amel. Yes, I am in the hallways of East Rochester High. Joining me is the superintendent, Jim Haw. Jim, good morning. How are you?
Good morning and welcome to East Rochester, the home of champions.
Thank you so much. So, could you tell me how are students and staff preparing mentally for the semester?
Yep. Well, first and foremost, we welcomed our new hires 2 weeks ago for a 3-day orientation, and then our entire faculty and staff were back last week for professional development days. Our students, many of which were here all summer long with different types of learning programs, and then our athletes had their preseason here, and they've been on campus for a couple of weeks. So there's a great deal of momentum and a lot of energy as we lead into the 22-23 school year.
We are excited about that energy. So could you tell me what are the projects or events that you guys have coming up?
Yeah, September is always a really neat time for a school district. You know, you start with those first couple of weeks where families and students are getting to know their teachers and really building relationships in the classroom with classmates. And then we roll into our orientations for the 3 buildings in the middle of September. And then we have our homecoming week the end of September.
What's some advice that you would give parents to ensure that students and everyone at the school has an easygoing semester?
Yeah, students really thrive on routine. So the quicker you can establish that after-school routine where they have time to be a kid, and then they have time to do their academics or pick up a book if they don't have any homework, and then get effective rest. I think, you know, the key for student success is making sure they're ready to learn, and a large factor in that is getting appropriate amount of sleep. That would include shutting those devices off while they're sleeping so there's little interruptions.
So since last year there have been some COVID procedures that have been dropped. What are some new changes you'd like to mention?
We have our cafeterias back. You know, we couldn't mid-year make a transition, so we're thrilled to have, we're preparing for the noise level, but we're thrilled to have those cafeterias back in full starting in a few hours.
All right, thank you so much. We are excited and anticipating for the students' arrival. Until then, reporting live in East Rochester, Jatira Marsh, News 8.
All right, Jatira, thank you so much. And as students and families gear up for the official return to the classroom and with the fall season now just weeks away, News 8 is checking in on where we stand with the COVID-19 pandemic. We know restrictions in school will be much less aggressive this year. That update coming from the state about 2 weeks ago. There's also no longer the free test kits from the government that ended as of last Friday. But health professionals tell us the virus is still very much alive and people should stay on top of testing this school year.
With students going back or getting ready to go back this year, some of them are getting more sleep than others. California is the first state to require later school start times. The new law requires all high schools in the state to start after 8:30 a.m. Middle schools must start after 8 a.m. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends teens get 8 to 10 hours of sleep. CDC studies show nearly 70% don't get that, increasing their risk of depression, lower grades, and obesity. Massachusetts, New Jersey, and even New York are also considering later school start times.
A lack of referees in districts across our area is complicating things for all sports this season. The athletic director at Hilton says it's something he's noticed over the years, but things are now at an all-time low. Section 5 in the New York State Public High School Athletic Association tells us they're aware of the shortages and agree there needs to be bigger emphasis on sportsmanship heading into the year.
Donuts Delight is back at it, providing sugary confections just in time for students heading back to school.
But did you know Donuts Delight considers itself to be somewhat of a school? Owner Nick Samarero, who also is the owner of Salvatore's Pizza, said both stores like to help high school students get their first job. The owner says he likes to teach students how the real world works so they can use it in preparation for future careers.
Helping at-risk youth get a pair of shoes. That's what local organization Save Rochester is doing this year by hosting a series of workshops ahead of students' return to the classroom. The group of teens went shopping at a local retail store after completing 20 hours of community service over the past 5 days. During that time, the group distributed produce to families in need, raised money for food, and canvassed the community to educate them on child poverty. As part of the program, the students also participated in workshops where they learned about healthy relationships, support systems, and financial literacy.
Such a cool cause there, James, and just cool to see kids picking out some new shoes for the start of the school year, too.
Oh, there's nothing like walking into school with a new pair of kicks on the first day. Certainly. How about biking into school?
Yeah.
A lot of bikers out there probably get... No.
I'd be worried about getting sweaty, ruining the hair.
Yeah, no, I bike to school pretty often. I walk to middle school, bike to high school. I even bike to work. I biked to News 8 for about a year and a half when I lived down the street. Numbers in the 60s. You can do it. Mostly dry roads. Certainly an easy ride today. It's cool. It feels good. Numbers staying in the 60s. We'll go 69 for an afternoon high temperature today. We get into the 70s. I've even got 80s in the extended forecast. Coming up, we'll talk about that at the end of the show. But for now, we'll take a look at traffic. Heads up for those stop signs coming off buses. We'll have to keep an eye out for today.
Yeah, James, thank you. Still no accidents to report. Luckily, 390, 490, 590 are clear, and if you're heading into work or you're going to school, things should be smooth.
Some international news now. Police in Canada say a suspect in one of the deadliest mass shootings in the nation's history has been found dead. Police say 2 brothers fatally stabbed 10 and injured at least 19 in a rural indigenous community and a nearby town in the province of Saskatchewan. Police say Damian Sanderson was found dead with injuries that were not self-inflicted, though his brother Miles is still at large and we're told he may be injured.
And thousands of South Koreans evacuated as a typhoon hit southern parts of the country, according to authorities, with heavy rain and strong winds expected to continue. In the port city of Busan, large waves were seen crashing into seawalls, leaving flooded roads and broken fences in the aftermath. So far, 1 person is missing, while more than 3,000 were moved to higher ground. The typhoon has forced hundreds of flight cancellations, suspension of business operations, and school closings.
Here's what some people might be talking about at the water cooler this morning. Jessie Pagula, daughter of the owners of the Sabres, Bills, and Amerks, is in the 4th round of the U.S. Open. The tennis star has made the quarterfinals at a Grand Slam 4 times, but this is her first time in the semis. She's now the highest ranked American left and will face off against the #1 ranked player, Petra Ritova.
Yeah,
like, how am I saying this? I said it.
We got it.
Nice.
But good for her. Very exciting. Cool to see there.
Yeah, certainly a very familiar name around here in Western New York. So best of luck to her, and good to see her doing so well. Certainly. Tennis playing today, probably best maybe on the indoor courts. You might be able to squeeze an outdoor round, but watch out. There could be a little bit of light drizzle out there. Numbers stuck in the 60s. Average afternoon high temperature 77 for this time of year. So just keep an eye out for that. Still light drizzle on Wednesday, then finally some clearing late in the day. By Thursday, we warm up, though. We'll be in the 80s by the end of the week.
All right, James, thank you. And thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update is coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is next.